And we're back with another episode of the group chat. I just realized that actually rhymes, and that might be a nice little tagline slogan for us, Deej.
That'll be a nice little drop.
A nice little drop, then the beat drop. I'm your host, Brennan Scarlett, aka B Scar, aka Beach, and I'm with my co-host with the
Your,
law.
your boy Deej. I'm over here hanging out with my boy. Another good day, a good Tuesday. We in here recording. What's up?
What's up, man? It's a damn good day because it was a damn good weekend. The Detroit Lions came out with the win. Come on, man. Come on, man. Talk to us, bro. Talk to us. How did it feel out there? Did they have you on a play count, on a snap count? What was the vibes going into the game? Vibes coming out of the game. Let's get a little temp check from you, Deej.
Man, it was good, bro. It was amazing just to go on the road. You know, you're going on the road on a team that's hot, a good, talented young roster who's hot. They got a lot of players over there. They got some talent out there, man. They was out there hitting too. They was out there doing their thing. So it was good just the guys to come together. I felt like that was our best defensive performance yet. I know like we didn't have the sack numbers and everything, but on yards, just limited them in certain things. We did a great job. Offense did a good job, just taking away time possession, scoring some points, they getting rolling, had the hook and ladder. We got some excitement out there. We had the hook and ladder between my boy Saint and John, which I didn't really understand how you scored that. I was kind of confused on the sideline. I made a comment. I said, "Well, who gets the yards?" I know DeSaint get the yards.
How's the body feeling? How's the rig? You feeling good coming out of your second game back?
I'm feeling good. No complaints. Knees feeling great. So shoot, we just rolling.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, did you know who else is rolling? It starts with Stan and ends with Ferd, and they are new to the ACC. Which last week we had a discussion about how the ACC all this time has been just a wee bit overrated in comparison to the Pac-12 and the West Coast football we got going on over here. And we traveled all the way across the country from Palo Alto to northern New York and stopped in Syracuse and laid it on them, man. And Stan, you got the dub.
Laid it on them. That's how I'm gonna describe.
We got we got the dub. I will just say that, like I said last week, I caught so much shit in the locker rooms through my career of teammates in the NFL who felt like Pac-12 football wasn't up to snuff. It wasn't up to par. We've been slept on over on the West Coast. We've been called the West Coast football is soft, the West Coast offense, da 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 da. Y'all don't play no real football. And not once did I ever hear somebody talk about the ACC. Then, to come to find out, Stanford and Cal, boom, now we're part of the ACC. Both my alma maters over there giving them boys fits. Fits. And Clemson, y'all just been able to just sail on by. Y'all in Florida State, sail on by, college football playoffs, this and that. And now I'm realizing y'all don't play nobody all season.
Forward, you're gonna see this week. I can't wait. Me personally, I think Syracuse botched that game by not putting any pressure on your quarterback. But that's neither here nor there.
And congratulations to you and to the Clemson Tigers. I said that right? The Tigers. Y'all just have become the first ACC program with 800 wins, which before hey, hey, man, hey, I wasn't finished, okay? That celebration cut me off, man.
Go ahead, bro. My bad.
Nah, because I was about to rain on your parade. Before you could even parade, I was about to just rain on it. So let me just pause. That was gonna be rude, man. Go ahead. You could celebrate.
Man, it's amazing, man. Proud day to be a Clemson Tiger, man. That's all I got to say. CLEMSONTIGERS. Fight, Tigers, fight, Tigers, fight, fight, fight. Woo!
I'm glad
Man,
y'all can spell. I'm glad y'all can spell down there in Devon.
we don't need to pull up the stat, man. You see our graduation rate. We putting guys through school right here. This weekend, look, man, this weekend you'll see kind of a mirror image of what the Stanford Cardinal want their program to be. Like what y'all are striving for, guys who graduate, guys who, finish school, go on to impact the world, but are also good at football. Y'all had that at one time. At one time when like Andrew Luck, when that guy was there. Y'all had that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, hold on. You don't got to go that far back, my guy. You don't got to go that far back, man. You could have went back to 2015. All right? You had to go back to 2010.
When that guy, like Andrew Luck, man, Christian McCaffrey was amazing. Let's be honest. Let's call it what it is. He was amazing. But did anybody think y'all were really gonna beat somebody? Nah.
This shit's crazy. It's getting disrespectful. I'm gonna just say, going up into this weekend, you guys will be the first ACC program with 800 wins, and coming out of this weekend, you will be a program with 800 wins.
Go look up that. I think you got the Google. You can see how many games Clemson's ever lost at home since since me and you were in school. Just look at that number. That stat alone it'll blow your mind.
Let's talk about the stakes of this game at the end of the show. How about that?
Okay, we can figure it out.
In our college section, we have locker room concerts. It's crazy, man. First, these kids getting paid millions of dollars, and then they win a game and they go into the locker room and they got a concert. They got babyface Ray out there just up on stage in the middle of the locker room, just putting on a show. I mean, babyface Ray, obviously, he must have caught a check to be there, to be at the stadium, to be in the locker room performing. But what if they would have lost? I mean, does that mean that babyface Ray just gotta, he just got to watch the game? He's just, he's out there in Colorado just out.
Maybe it's like insured. Okay, if we don't win, you're not performing here, but you still booked at the club. Like, maybe it's a double booking. Maybe he got a reason to be there, or somebody. I know this sounds stupid. Even playing out in my mind, it sounds crazy, but I just can't. I can't fathom what they would do if they lost. So in my head, I'm just gonna say what I think it is and what could be it. I don't have like a solid reasoning for why I'm thinking this. I just don't know what you would do. Like you said, if you lost, it would just be kind of like a wash. Like, damn.
I think you're onto something. Honestly, I think you're onto something. I didn't think about that. That'd be a smart move by babyface Ray's team. All right, you getting flown out. You're gonna get paid if University of Colorado wins. If the Buffaloes get a win, and then also double book. Boom. After the game, late night, you're at the club in downtown Boulder, and you're catching a check with Boulder too, and then you're on the sideline. You get some good content. You can post that to regardless win or loss, you're on the sideline with Coach Prime. It's a good look for babyface Ray. So it makes good business sense.
And maybe it's some promoter, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like a booster or something of the team. Like, that way, all right, we got this out the way. And like most of the guys are, if we lose, guys gonna be tripping obviously for a little bit. But I mean, we still going out. Like, it's our only day of the week to go out. Like, guys gonna go out. Like, so if he at the club, like, those same guys still going to the club. So it's like, whatever, like, we're gonna get both in either way. You still gonna get the people to come either way. Like, and the people are coming because the guys are coming. So either way, it works out for you. I don't know how. I wonder how long the concert is in the locker room though. Like, do your family get to come?
Yeah, I saw the videos. That should look weak.
Yeah, he probably just vibing, bro. He probably already got to perform there, and he just coming through as a part of the team for like social media stuff. They like, hey, we're gonna bring Babyface Ray through, Baza, get some content. You know what I'm saying? A couple B rolls and keep it put.
To me, it's just like just blast a babyface Ray over the speakers and just have him in the locker room just vibing. You don't got to actually have a microphone like performing, because it just didn't sound very good. It didn't sound very good. And dudes are in the locker room fresh out of a football game and they're just like staring at him, just like bobbing their head, staring at him.
This
I
mustard
guess
and
it's
stuff in
okay.
there. Everybody smells like fucking the field. That's not great.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, shout out to producer Caroline. Like maybe they should have just had Babyface. I think that's a much better concert in post game if you just have old school Babyface just singing those good old lullabies. You know what I mean? While you're throwing on a bit, is you just kind of cooling out and bro just singing.
I fool with Babyface. You know what I'm saying? He gave us some hits. I. It's crazy that Caroline really said that. Pre-show was funny as hell when she dropped that bar and said, they had Babyface. I wonder who's picking it.
Yeah, who's in charge of selection?
Shout out Babyface Ray though, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the D. I'm in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Babyface Ray, famous Detroit guy. I get to listen to a lot of his music while being out here. I've come to love the mid and Detroit rappers.
And shout out Babyface. If Babyface was ever in one of my locker rooms, him and Kenny G, then I would never forget that that post game
Bringing
celebration.
your heart out. Hey, it's just hey, we talked about like when people don't know Wayne. If Babyface is in that locker room, the kids be sitting there like
Oh
this.
God!
The kids be like, "Who is that?"
Get this guy out of here! Get this guy out of here! What he whining about?
Hey, you know how
Don't rep
disrespectful
Suns no
kids
more,
is
man.
too. Like kids disrespectful as hell. They'll just walk right by, bro. He'll be performing. They'll just be like, "I'm out, bro. I'm out. All right, coach." Like you know what I'm saying? I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't vibing with it.
No, I don't know too much Babyface to be honest with you, but I love R&B though. I do love R&B. I'm a slow jams guy. I've said this before. Before games, after games, I'm about the slow jams, man. I'm relaxing. That's just me though. That's just me. That's how you know. That's how you know a cat. Usually you got to be afraid of a cat who's listening to slow jams before the game.
Listen to shoot 'em up, bang bang. I need that bow 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 killer music. I need it. Hey kids, don't take after me. You know what I'm saying? That's just me trying to get myself hyped because I don't do that type of stuff. But I need it.
Deej, I'm up on you on the pick'em as I was last week. Now I'm up one more. Shout out Utah. Shout out Stan U getting wins. I think that's where I spread the gap a little bit, widen the gap here. And shall we get into this week's pick'ems?
Yeah, we can get into it, bro. I'm about to make a storming comeback. It's okay. We got a whole long season. It's all right.
Stanford, Clemson. I got Stanford, man.
I got Clemson. That's a no-brainer.
Oklahoma State, Kansas State.
Kansas State. I think they bounced back this week.
I was gonna go Kansas State too. It's at Kansas State.
Kansas State. We're both going Kansas State. It's cool.
Louisville at Notre Dame. Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna take Louisville.
I'm gonna go with the Fighting Irish.
Georgia at Alabama. I got Georgia.
This is a tough one for me. Give me the tie, man. F Georgia. Give me the tie, man. Give me the tie, man.
Illinois at Penn State.
I got Penn State.
Yeah, I like Penn State in that. There we go. That's our pick'ems, Deej. 8-6. I'm in the lead. We'll see. We'll see next week where we stand. In other news, in the NFL, Bengals Commanders. Jayden Daniels was balling. His debut is coming out party. Were you able to watch that game, Deej?
Yeah, I watched that game, man. I was locked in. The boy went out there and did his thing. He went out there, he did his thing, man. And what was crazy is I was watching, like, wasn't much defense played on either side. There was not much defense going on the whole game. So there's a whole lot of scoring, a whole lot of points put up. Scary Terry looked happy. Got the ball, finally got the ball in his hands. They've been talking about Jayden Daniels getting the ball to Scary Terry. That's all I've heard in the last couple of weeks. He just got to get it to Terry. And boy, did he feed that man. He talked about every ball, every football that he wanted, Terry was getting the other night. So it was good for him. And on the other side, shoot, it's good to see Joe Burrow and Jamar finally get it going. You know what I'm saying? Like Joe Burrow, Jamar, they've been, Jamar been a little frustrated. Washington, for some reason, wanted to go on one-on-one coverage. I just, for the life of me, I don't know why. It beats me. But whatever. And then, then they got to leave a little bit of that frustration. So, that was good. I think it was good for football. This is turned into an offensive league, so I'm sure fans loved it.
This was the first game since 1940 with no punts or turnovers.
Terrible. Treason. It's treason.
That's it. That terrible sandwich, by the way. Terrible sandwich. 88s and out the gates. A lot of creases in the middle, huh? A lot of wide A gaps in there. And folks couldn't stop the run, man.
People think this is easy, man. It's a tough position to play. It is not the easiest. It is. It takes someone who wants to go in there and put their face in that fire over and over and over again. And it takes a while to learn that as well. They got some young players on their team, so shouts out to them. They those kids will get better. But man, that was tough. It was tough to watch. It's still a guy who, I got people on that team who, I enjoy still. It's just tough to watch. But they'll get it turned around. They got good players. They got good players, man. Nobody feels
They got good players, man, but they do not have they don't got Deej in the middle, and that's on them. That's an uphill battle, man. I feel like the nose guard position is so easy to gloss over. Like you could feel it with anybody. Like it's replaceable. Just because it's in the middle, it doesn't get a lot of celebration. Especially you don't hear about nose guards in the in the off season. You don't see a lot of highlights. You don't see a lot of the ability to take up two gaps. To play backside A, to play front side. You don't really see that, right? And I feel like sometimes that skews the value of a really good nose guard. What do you think about that?
I think it's just like you said. It's one of those positions you could easily gloss over, but I don't think the numbers lie on it. I think good noses make people around them better. There's a couple that are just like elite, and that's amazing. Some people get those numbers too, but I think there's a lot of guys in this league that keep their linebackers clean and keep them elite and make plays over and over and over. There's a lot of guys I watch, you know what I'm saying, who don't necessarily get the right. And there's obviously like the Dex, the Kenny Clarks, those guys who Vita Vea, those guys who are amazing. Then you got you got like Purnell and what's the name in KC. That guy is like one of the guys who I watch all the time. You got my boy up in Baltimore, a bunch of guys who they keep their backers clean and their backers go scrape over the top and do their thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a position that can easily get lost in the traffic if you're not making the splash plays. But I think each team know how
Right.
important it is, like to the guys, and I think that's why you see a lot of those guys like who are really good at it play for a good amount of time. You know what I'm saying? They've been playing a long time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's a good point. Something that I actually me either I don't really think about what the position is because the nose guard is right in the middle of the defense. Actually, the performance of that nose can influence the performance of those around them. So as you were talking about with the nose guard being able to play, play their blocker, play the center or the guards or the double teams in a way where those offensive linemen can't get up to get to the inside linebackers. But then also in the pass rush, right? You have the in the middle getting enough push, right? You might not get the sack, but you're forcing the quarterback to take the long way around, right? Which then allows the edge to come off maybe a little bit higher, right? You're forcing them out of the pocket. So it's interesting because I feel like you can maybe even like evaluate your performance not based on your own stats, but some of the other stats on the some of the other players' stats on the stat sheet, right? Is that something that you do when you're evaluating if I had a good game or a bad game?
Yeah, of course. I think that. I mean, how amazing is it for you as a DN? Like, if the guy is not necessarily getting the sack, but you get to run your edge, and that quarterback isn't stepping up every time. Like, you don't got to also finish off on the edge. Like, you're running your edge and that swoop, and you're running into those sacks, or you're coming up the middle, and that guy can't step up. You know what I'm saying? So I've had, most of my DNs have had career numbers when I played with them. So I feel like that's always been like, a plus, like a big something that I've cared about. My DNs, my linebackers, all those so I've always carried that chip on my shoulder. And I also was trying to get mines as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out there trying to just be a blocking dummy, but I try to get mines while also elevating the play around us. And if we are all playing good defense, I'm not really tripping. I don't really care.
Yeah, no, that reminds me of oftentimes Ndamukong would kind of use that as something that he was really proud of too, is that he's played on teams and in seasons where his edge rusher has a career year, or the guy he's playing on in the interior on the other side of him has a career year. So he was with Shaq Barrett when Shaq Barrett was balling. He had the year with Aaron Donald, and that's those were for him. Those were really important because that shows that he's not just doing his job. He's actually doing his job at such a high level that he's allowing the guys around him to be better and actually to be the best that they had been in their career.
100%. 100%. I mean, me and Trey went to 3 straight Pro Bowls. I was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, went to a Super Bowl. Sam came out 8 sacks. BJ got paid. Sam got paid. Trey got a re-up. Logan Pratt got paid. Both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, Larry went on to get paid the year we spent 1 year together. Larry went on to get paid. So it's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's something that I'm like different. I had an All Pro year with Clowney, JJ. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of guys just. I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy it. Like, but I also think that's what makes me better. You play better when you're with good players. It's not just me. It's not like I'm doing it. We're all feeding off each other's and
Right,
adding
right.
value. That's going to elevate the play of the players around me as well. And they're going to elevate mine. So I think it's something that works together. I think that's where we get misconstrued sometimes in this league, where everybody think it's just them. Like, it's an 11-person game. It's hard to go out there and win on your own. Like, it's not just you. Like, you can make that engine go, and everybody can give you all the praise, but it's not just you, and you know that, and you got to be real with yourself about it.
You have a good perspective, and to be able to hear that is helpful because that's not always what they're talking about on the news, right? They oftentimes are talking about on the talk shows about this guy or that guy being the reason why a team lost or reason why a team won, right? Or the those highlight players, and oftentimes it doesn't factor in everything else. And that even goes for the folks in the front office, who are evaluating guys and paying guys, and that makes for the public. You see, oh, that guy is making that much money. Yes, he's a great player, but who does he have around him that allows him to be that? Right? Those are some questions we don't always ask.
You speaking for sure.
We're in deep here, man. We're talking about the depths of the game that not everybody knows. Something came out this week that was a highlight of if you know, you know. And so what happened was the Ravens, they got to win. They finally got to win. They got to win over the Cowboys. They're flying from, in the post game, they're flying from Dallas back up to Baltimore, which is it's a long flight, right? It's their first game they've won this season, so folks are turned up. However, on the plane, there were some folks who felt like they didn't play to the best of their abilities because it was an ugly win. So the situation that happened was that Marlon Humphrey was on Instagram Live, and he was going around the plane. He's getting, the little fake interviews with players, just showing the vibe. Marlon does a good job on his social media. He's pretty active, and he's a really engaging presence. And so he's doing this thing on IG Live. They just got their first dub. He's pretty happy about it. And it pans to Lamar. And he asked Lamar, yo, how you feeling about the win? And Lamar looked like he really wasn't having it. He played along for a second. He was like, I think we did a solid job, but things could get better. And you could see that Lamar, his patience was wearing a little bit. And towards the end, he's like, yeah, man, I'm paraphrasing, we got a lot of work to do. You shouldn't even be on IG Live right now. And I don't know how much of this was serious, or they shook each other up after, so it wasn't any drama. Begs the question of, what is the etiquette flying home after a win? What's the etiquette after a loss?
I think Lamar just, was just in that mode. Some guys he don't seem like a guy who's always on live anyway. Like, never seen Lamar just like sitting there, camera in his face, like, yo, unless like the team making him do some social media stuff. So he doesn't seem like the first guy. If I was the person in the locker room, I mean, Marlon maybe knows him better than I do, and I'm sure he does. But I don't think he seems like the first person I'd be putting the camera in his face, like, yo, how you feel? Like, and like, bro, I feel like bro can be pretty honest about like his energy. Like, I don't feel like he's sitting there. Obviously, he's probably not moping, but like, I don't think he's one of those people that you don't walk up on and see what energy that they are on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can probably pretty much tell like what Lamar got going on, especially if you're somebody who know him. I know you're a big content guy, so some people feel different, but there's a time and a place, bro. I feel like everybody's pushing their own narrative, but you can't push your narrative on other people. And some guys don't want to be a part of that. If you have any feel that when it starts and you see that guys don't want to be a part, you should just keep it pushing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't keep it going. Don't poke the bear, as they say. Just kind of, keep it pushing and do your thing when you do your thing.
Right. No, I hear that. There's definitely, there's different perceptions and feelings about the content situation, and having a camera on them. And I agree with you. Lamar doesn't seem like that kind of guy. But obviously, Marlon is a leader on his team. He's about capturing that high quality content, and I'm sure 90%, of the folks on that plane gave him positive energy. Was fucking with it. Was doing the interview thing, and it was all good. But clearly, it didn't seem like Lamar was maybe into that. But from my experiences, from like on the flight home, I think you gotta read and be able to understand like what, at least for me, like I'm not always the guy that's up, you know, hanging out on the flight home. I kind of like to have my headphones on and just kind of be vibing, maybe watch a movie, be on my computer. Sometimes I might like to, have a little cocktail and socialize. But when I'm not in that mood, I don't want I don't want somebody coming up to me talking to me. So to your point, I think the etiquette is to read people's situations and what they're feeling, and then respect that.
I think, yeah, that's the way to go about it. If you just got some feel, I think you should just read people's energy and kind of, like you said, respect it. Just know what they got going on.
That wraps up our NFL section, man. Nike has moved on from their CEO, and they've hired long-term Nike veteran Elliott Hill to come back. To give some context, Nike's been struggling, man, ever since really it was 2020. 2020, they rearranged their strategy. They brought this guy, John Donahoe, who has an e-commerce background. He had worked with eBay and some other e-commerce companies, and he was brought in around the time of COVID to really optimize margins and to figure out how to make the business more profitable. And he did his job. What he did was he pulled Nike out of the wholesale business, essentially. So third-party retailers like Foot Locker, like Macy's, like I don't know, Burlington Coat Factory. These third-party retailers who you go and in the shoe section you'd see Adidas, you'd see New Balance, and then you'd see a big Nike section. Nike spent years establishing these relationships with these retailers. Donahoe comes in. He says, you know what? They're taking a piece of our profit. So he said, we're going to get out of those and we're going to go straight online, Nike.com, sneakers app. That's how you're going to get our product. It worked for a couple of years. Then 2023, it wasn't a smooth sail through 2023. 2024 was more of the same. What I realized that decision to pull out of those stores, to pull the presence, that physical presence away from the consumer, has started to influence, has been a reason at least, that has started to influence the lack of consumer loyalty, people not feeling like Nike's the cool brand anymore. So there's been articles coming out about, Donahoe was making Nike uncool and this, that, and the third. And so they had basically mutually they parted ways. They didn't say that he was retired. I think maybe the headline was that he had resigned or he's going to retire or something like that. But I mean, they were moving on from him, and then they brought in, as I said, Elliot Hill, who's actually spent his 32 years at Nike, 32 years at the same company. It's an interesting fact. I believe he used to intern with the Dallas Cowboys. I believe that to be true. I haven't seen that on the post, but and then he spent the rest of his career at Nike. And Elliot, his kids went to Central Catholic, and so it's a close, relatively close family friend. Played around the golf with him. The dude he's a savage, man. Like one of the coolest guys I've met. And I was talking to one of my homegirls who met him for the first time. She works at Nike, and she said after her first interaction with him, the way she described it was personality plus. And I was like, damn, that's exactly it. 'Cause dude, super smooth, man. Like one of those guys who could create a relationship in 5 minutes with whoever he's in the room with. Kind of brightens up a room. He's got that type of energy. Happy for him, and I shot him a text, saying the fearless leader has returned, like congratulations and all this, and I shared with him that we were swapping spots because he just came out of a temporary retirement. I just retired on Friday, so we did this little spot swap. And one thing he told me, congratulations, and then one thing he said, he was like, "Go do great things."
Hmm.
That's what he said.
That's
He
great.
said, "Go do great things."
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So I was like, I took that to heart. So you know what, I'm gonna go do some great things, man.
There you
Coming
go.
from the Nike CEO, that means a lot.
That's dope, bro. That's fire. And shout out to him, though. The 32 years at one company, the slow grind, to get a position that that's literally what they talk to us about is like the American dream most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, go get a job, work your way up, round up, and you can end up at the top. And this is this is a truth to that. It's amazing. I'm glad. Hopefully, Nike gets back on track. Obviously, it's a brand, iconic brand that when you're a kid, everybody wants Nike. Everybody wanted this and the third. Every pair of Nike, every pair of Jordans. This we'll see, man. We'll see. He's got a battle ahead of him. It's not impossible. They're not out of people's eyes. We still love them. We just want them to do better. Also, that I wanted to say congratulations to you, my dog. Big retirement, man. All these years we spent together, all this time. I shed a little third tear when I was making the video to send over to you, brother. But amazing. And like you said, man, you're about to do great things. And I'm glad I could be a part of the football journey. And I also get to sit and be a part of the aftermath of what is football. And I can't wait to see what you come up with, brother. And so congrats to you.
Hell yeah. I appreciate that video, man. That video that you sent. I appreciate it, man. You talk about shedding a thug tear, boy. I was boo-hooing at the party, especially in that video, bro.
I know you got a cocktail and was
Man.
boo-hooing.
Oh, what, bro? I was off the tequila, and they surprised me with it too. It was so the retirement video that Caroline chopped up for me, and then Shawnee had put on like basically like a highlight reel of everyone who sent in a video, kind of wishing me luck or whatever. You know, let's have my grandpa, my uncles, cousins, uh, my former teammates. You were on there. Caroline had a cameo on there. I mean, just like everybody from all these different stages in my life. So I just, boom, a couple tears start shedding. I'm wiping them, just watching, smiling, whatever. And then, boom, next thing you know, video's over. You know what the speech. Bro, and I'm like, damn, this shit snuck up on me.
At the
Man,
end of
bro,
the
I
video?
tell you, is there a video?
I said at the end of the video, the
Bro,
speech, I know you were emotional.
yes, bro, at the end of the video, speech. And I gave a solid 10-minute. It was probably 10 minutes of, it was a 10-minute speech total. I would say of that, maybe I spoke words for like 4 of those minutes. And the other six just clear the throat, try to get it out, man. Yeah.
Good,
But
man.
it was beautiful, man. Yeah, it was blessed. Really, really cool experience. So appreciate you, man. Appreciate the years we've had together and the years that will come. I'll keep on doing it, man. Well, shoot, man. As we look to close out this culture segment, uh, what do you uh, what do you think about the Chinese bears, the Chinese panda bears? Did you see those? Did you get to put your eyes on those?
Can't wait. Yeah, I was gonna say I can't wait till they pop up on the screen, but these why are they playing with people like this, man? Why why they
So a Chinese zoo decided to paint some dogs, which I'm not sure what type of dogs they are, pretty fluffy, but they decided to paint the dogs to look like panda bears, so that folks who are attending the zoo goers, would think that it's a cage full of pandas. And there was one meme I saw. It was like, why the pandas so fast?
Hey, yo, what did stroll out like it was a panda? Like it kind of rolled out with the R.
Hey, hey, my thing is like the paint job is solid. Honestly, the paint job is pretty good. Like, did
Like
they
that
have a stencil?
was straight.
Looked like they
That
had a
was clearly
stencil.
given dog. That's a dog. That's clearly a dog.
And
That
that's a
one,
dog, but that back there, that could be a baby panda back there, man.
poor dog. It's beside the fan too. You see it? It's beside the fan and water. Like, please, why you got me out here?
When I see stuff like this, I'm like, I go straight to the conspiracy. They did this on purpose to get the attention, man. There's no way. There's no way somebody came up with this idea and thought it would work,
You could be right.
right?
Nah, you never know, bro. I see crazy stuff on the internet all the time. So maybe
People people do the darndest things.
they
Yes,
had
that's
they had
that's
a fake
true.
grocery store in North Korea that one time. You know, they were trying to convince us they had a grocery store. They had fake groceries in there. So maybe they thought they was gonna get away with that shit.
Yeah, crazy, man. Last thing we got to decide on the stakes. I already know my stakes. If Stanford wins, I will be delivering you team issued Cardinal gear that you have to wear in a tunnel fit. So one of your, obviously you get at least 17, hopefully you get 20 plus tunnel fits this season. One of them will have to have incorporated some team issued Stanford merch. Are you willing to commit to that?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. But the question is, do I get the 9.5? Or does this call for this is money line, win or loss straight up?
Six
What
and
would
a
you
half.
say?
I'm moving you down to
Huh?
6 for a
Six and a
tunnel.
half for the tunnel
I'm moving
fit?
you to 6.5.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
What do I want? Um, you have to eat a waffle for every point that we beat y'all by,
What?
or a pancake.
One waffle per point?
A pancake per point.
All in one sitting?
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy.
You got all
Okay.
week to work out. Don't use your cheat day early. That way you just set your cheat day up and go in.
I'm a I'm a Sunday cheat day type.
Perfect. Wake up Sunday morning, fresh off a 15 stack.
Damn. Damn.
We'll adjust the size. Okay, I'll give you a break on size of pancakes depending on what the point spread is. But
All right. Well, the point spread is 22 and a half.
if you win by more, you get dollar pancakes if it's plus 15. Dollar pancakes if it's plus 12. If it's over 12 points, you can do dollar pancakes.
What you mean dollar pancakes? Like mini ones?
Well, yes. If it's past 12 points. Anything under 12.
Hey, I'm actually not. I'm excited. I feel like I can't lose, bro. I love, bro. You can give me an excuse to be fat, bro. I love pancakes, bro.
But yeah, but it's going to hurt you later. A
Oh
lot of
yeah,
people,
no,
you're going to be
for
crushed.
sure. It's been a pleasure. Another week, man. It's been a pleasure to see you again. I wish you the best of luck this week. Who y'all got this weekend?
Seattle, bro. We got Seattle. Monday Night Football, brother. Monday Night
Yes,
Football.
yeah.
Another
Ooh,
opportunity. Another
yeah.
stay at the
Prime
crib.
time. Best of luck to you, man. Hold it down. Hold it down
Appreciate
out there.
it. Got you, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm always hold it down. I'm always be out there thugging. You know what I'm saying? Until next time.
Peace.